How's it going, gang? Welcome back to the Charlton Athletic Career Mode. We are on a piss-poor run of form. I'm not going to lie. It's deadline day. I don't think today we are going to be doing any deals, incoming or outgoing, in January. Our squad's already looking pretty solid. We've got a fairly decently sized squad and plenty of strength in depth. I think we're going to have to start rotating the squad a little bit because we are on about a 5 or 6 winless run of games. So that needs to be addressed and rectified, potentially starting with swapping the keeper out. He says he's on a +5 here, but he had a terrible, terrible performance last time out, and we have Kelleher waiting in the shadows. So we'll see how that develops. At the moment, we're just going to tick down the hours, hour by hour of deadline day, and we'll see if any bids come in for any of our players. Of course, we'll duly consider everything that comes in. But most likely, at the end of the day, I just want to keep my squad how it is for now. I'm happy with the players. I'm happy with the age of the squad, the mix of youth and experience. It's a good championship squad. It can get us into the playoffs, I hope, and we are going to stick with it. We don't have too much money anyway, guys. We have 900k overall, 600k it says there. So not too much to do anything of note with anyway. So it looks like there's literally nothing going on in terms of, like, no one's interested in any of our players. We have let Forster-Caskey and Purrington go this window, but of course we have brought in both Ilanga and Kolasinac, who is a pre-contract signing for next season. So overall, the business has been okay. And we are going to move on now to pastures new as we take on Cardiff City in the first game of the episode. Now, this young lad, Harry Gwilt, Welsh and 61 rated, 16 years old, in our youth academy, I would say definitely worth promoting. His minimum potential is a 77 and his maximum is an 83, so he could be a solid Premier League player for us for years to come. So I think with Harry Gwilt, we are going to actually promote him to the senior team. We are also lacking midfielders a little bit with the loss of Elliot Lee and Forster-Caskey, who I didn't mention, by the way, with Elliot Lee last time. But yeah, we have lost both of those midfielders. So it'd be good to get a little bit of youth coming through. Harry Gwilt, ready to be a bit part member of the squad. Nobody else quite ready yet. I'm waiting for these two keepers to improve themselves a bit because they're really low down, but their potential appears to be fairly high. So yeah, let's just wait for these to get a bit older, I guess, and just train a bit better. And then we may look at promoting those guys. We do actually have a transfer offer here from Trabzonspor for Callum Britton, which we're not gonna accept because he is part of the future plans of Charlton, at least in the immediate future. Sam Lavelle, however, this is an interesting one. I could potentially let him go for $1 million just to add that little bit more money to our budget. And then we can maybe replace Sam Lavelle. He's a good player, but again, the transfer window's closed now, so we wouldn't lose him until the end of the season, where beyond there, I don't really see much use for him anyway. So let's try and negotiate this up a tad. Oh, I went for 1.08 million and they literally just bailed instantly. Okay, maybe Lavelle's got a bit of a longer future at the Valley than I anticipated. So, okay, we'll let that go for now. And a young Harry Gwilt is in the office. Maybe injecting someone like him straight into a game, straight into a match, could be something that the team's calling out for at the moment. On really bad form, like I said at the top of the episode. I wonder, whether bringing in at least some new faces and some youth would maybe freshen things up. I'm going to say to him, I was impressed, son. I don't know what I'm really referring to. I guess just his performances in the youth academy. But yeah, we have now a very important game against 18th placed Cardiff City, and QPR are catchable here. I think goal difference is literally all that's, definitely is all that's keeping us out of the top 6 at the moment, and it is a 5 goal difference swing on QPR. So if we can get a good healthy win here, maybe see QPR drop points, we're still in the race for top 6. So, I think, let's just try and get ourselves a win at this point. And here we are, another day at the Valley, another opportunity to turn our fortunes around. This time, Cardiff, of course, the visitors. And we have made a number of changes to the squad. Let's see what those are. And this is how we line up. Again, we have made a few little changes just to try and freshen things up a bit. Quaven Kelleher comes in goal. I think I've pronounced his first name right there. Let's just try and move on as quick as we can, just in case I haven't. Fanwo comes in for Kolasinac, because we were really bad at the back last time. Ilanga comes in at the right wing for Leko, and that's pretty much all we've done there. So I think that's 2 or 3 changes there that we're hopefully going to see make an impact for us. We'll see though. Time will tell. This game will tell. And this is how Cardiff line up. So they have Dylan Phillips, ex-Charlton man, of course, in goal. They have a back four, I believe, of Anderson, Sang, McGuinness and Nelson. They have Volks sitting in CDM. Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm absolutely wrong. It's Volks, a left wing back. Basically, it's a 5 at the back formation. Everybody seems to be playing this right now. Millwall beat us 5-1 with it. I guess if we need to, we'll change to it in the game. I said that for the Millwall game. I never ended up doing it because I had such a good start. But yeah, let's see how this one plays out anyway. And I guess we'll just try and manage the game as appropriately as we can. And hopefully not concede 5 goals today. So first chance. Oh no, appears to be for Cardiff's actually offside. So we will take this free kick with Britain. Give it to Elanga, our new number 8. See if he can have an impact finally. Morgan plays a ball straight through to Jeffcott. Let's go! Jeffcott puts Charlton 1-0 up. We've been here before, guys. Very recently. The last game, in fact. We've been here before. Let's calm down. Let's not get too carried away. It's an early goal, which is great, but we've been here before. It's a good finish, though. Let's have a look at the replay because that was a very lovely move. Albie Morgan, again, heavily involved in everything good about Charlton's play at the moment. Received the ball on the half-turn, swivels, plays through Jeffcott, who made a lovely run. And Jeffcott finally showing me a little bit of that poaching nature that I wanted to see in his game. He's been good for the last 2 games. Just like at poaching, at being in the right place at the right time and, you know, making himself in space and stuff like that. I mean, he did miss a sitter at the beginning of the last game, but 15 goals in 29 matches, that stat that popped up there, is nothing to be sniffed at. So, we move. 1-0 to Charlton. Get that Akin Fanwo there, doing what Kolosashak potentially hasn't been in the last game or 2. Lots of space here for Elanga. Now, we are going to roll this onto his left foot, play it inside. Jeffcott tries to flick one over to Kirk and he doesn't get the execution right at all. We are going to keep going though with Albie Morgan and we are going to play him in. Oh, that's good from Elanga, good vision. We're just working ourselves an opportunity here. Lots of bodies back for Cardiff. And again, they got the 5 at the back formation, so it's about just breaking them down. Being patient as well, because honestly, if they don't press us, we have no real obligation to score another goal. It's very early on. But if they're not going to press us beyond just sitting in a low block, then why wouldn't I just do this, I guess? Yeah, look, I mean, they're just literally not even engaging. They're 1-0 down. This is... I've talked about this so many times, but look at this. This is pathetic. This is absolutely pathetic. Look, they're not even in the half yet. Quite literally not even in the half. Again, guys, we're going to play this one nice and slow. I don't want to risk another 5-1 situation. So we won't take too many unnecessary risks here. All right, chance here. We have given the ball away eventually, kind of by accident. We tried a slightly riskier pass, which I said I wasn't going to try risks today, but here we are. Jeffcott on the ball, loses it. Okay, we don't need to go and commit men forward. I wanted to catch them on the counter really, but I guess we don't really need to. That's a great challenge by Cresswell. Can he get the second ball? No, he can't. He's a little bit slow on his feet there, but he does that time. Well played, Cresswell. 3 minutes left of the half. 1-0 Charlton. Okay, here's Bakuna. Oh, that's a great bit of trickery. Does Cresswell... Actually, Cresswell does actually get back quite nicely there. Here's Angulo and Vecino with a great interception. Shall we get a counter going? I think we should. I think we should. Elanga's going to peel out wide. We get the pass off to him. And we're going to play it back in here across the field. No, there's no point. There's no point in risking it. Because I don't want to lose possession and risk a counter-attack. I mean, it is the end of the half now, so there is that. But, yeah, it's just in those positions, there's no point in me risking it when I'm 1-0 up because we're just going to lose the ball. But it is 1-0. We've been here before as well, half-time and 1-0 up at the Valley. Namely, last game against Millwall. So we're going to play this nice and slow in the second half. Just try and take this thing out of the game. They are not pressing, not coming forward. It's the same old from the FIFA AI. They are just literally just sitting in a low block despite me just like running backwards with the ball and stuff. So look, if they're going to be dumb, I'm just gonna let them be dumb for today. We're on a really bad run, so I think I can probably give myself a pass. Right, here's Volks. Miembe tries to take on Britain with no degree of success. And can we actually get this into a counter-attack situation with Charlie Kirk? He's one-on-one with the keeper, Charlie Kirk, and he finishes it buried in a very early minute of the second half here. 49 minutes on the clock and Charlie Kirk doubles the lead for the Addicts, which means we have a little bit of pressure eased off our shoulders here, eased off our backs. It's lovely to see. I didn't really plan on going for the second goal if they were just going to sit, but there was a counter-attack opportunity that presented itself. Charlie Kirk was in a great position, made a great run, and he was one-on-one with the keeper, found himself in that situation, and he finished it like a pro. Another goal for Charlie Kirk this season, and another goal for Charlton here. Can this be the game, finally, where we take the 3 points and maybe move ourselves back up into the top 6? Hopefully. Okay, Collins on the ball now for Cardiff. Flicks one out to Miyembe. Turns, doesn't know what to do with it. Tries to take Britton on down the Charlton right. Back to Volks now, the left wing back, who does skip past the challenge of Elanga. Elanga defensively a bit flimsy here, but he's actually done enough to put off Volks. Miyembe and Volks linking up again. Oh, Volks does me with the touch twice. Britton, though, in the end makes a really solid challenge. And we're away again. Should we play that right there? Is this going to be another counter-attack? Potentially. Let's play this out wide. Again, no need to really rush or commit at the moment. If they start getting men behind the ball, yeah, we like. Look how many players they got behind the ball here. If I just start sort of going backwards and knocking it around, they are just not reacting. It's such a shame. You hate to see it. All right, Bella Kotchap. Look at all this. Look at all this space. He's going on a little afternoon jog. And Akinfenwa's just watching it. Look, they've got no one. Nobody in our half. Still, one guy comes again for Cardiff. Georgie Dobson turns. Wrestles off the challenge. Fernwo continues the attack. I call it an attack. I mean possession is what I really mean. Fernwo, right-footed through ball up to Callum Britt. It's actually pretty decent there. Dobson, just keep it ticking, boys. This is really good control. We're just controlling the game nicely here. Little pass into Vecino. Doesn't panic. Wriggles his way out of the danger. And keeps the attack going. Again, can I call this an attack? I don't know. I'm just going to call it possession again. Is Akinfenwa. Looking for maybe a third here. Vecino spots a nice ball to Elanga, who's in space. Good ball. Good work from Charlton. Vecino chops his way out of danger. Oh, he tries another dummy. Because I thought that they were going to get a deflection in there. I was probably right as well. But we still lose the ball regardless. Maybe tries to do a little bit too much with Vecino there. 77 minutes played. They've given the ball away. Vecino straight through to Kirk. And Jeffcott lift one over. Here comes Kirk for his second of the game. Oh, he's hit the post. And it's Morgan who his shot is blocked. Ah, that was such a good opportunity. Elanga's won it though. Elanga! And he wins the corner for Charlton. Maybe should have played that back there to Kirk or Jeffcott, whoever was waiting in the middle. Opted to go for the near post. I thought maybe I'd catch the keeper out. Not quite. He was too alert and covered that near post like any keeper should, really. We've got a corner, though. Vecino to Charlie Kirk, who doesn't win his header. We have made a couple of subs there. Pepperloo on for Dobson. And Teixeira on for Albie Morgan as well. So here we go. Can we get the third goal? It's Vecino. Out to Britton. Pepelu now. Flicks one through to Vecino. Up to Elanga. Little step over. Nice and calm. Nice and slow. Taking the sting out of it. Exactly what we wanted to do. Exactly what we set out to do. And Teixeira's going to release this offside. Elanga unlucky. It was a good idea. 5 minutes left on the clock. Alright, Anderson down the right wing. Can he salvage something here for Cardiff? Doesn't look like it. Fanwo deals with that. He's come in and he has absolutely cemented this place in the back four as his own. I mean, I say that. Kolozishak will inevitably play some more games for us because he does have that captain's trait, the leadership trait and stuff like that, which, I don't know, maybe I overvalue. I think I've said that before. But I do like to have like an older, more experienced player down the spine of the team, either a centre-back or a centre-mid, ideally. And Kolozishak is that this season for us. But Fanwo is young, a bit more youthful, very close to his rating. And are we going to get a third goal here? We are not. It's a good opportunity wasted, but we still get a 2-0 win. Let's go. We needed that. We bounced back finally. We get the 3 points at the Valley. and we put that Millwall result, the 2 Millwall results, amongst some other bad results, behind us. That's the past now. We're looking forward. We're still in a good area of the table. I guess we should look out for QPR's result here, but we did the business that we had to do on the pitch and we got ourselves a lovely little result there. So everybody on 7s, apart from the subs, really, Pepelu and Teixeira. Of course, Keller had a solid day in goal. Didn't do too much, didn't have to do too much. Literally no shots for Cardiff. 77% possession for Charlton as well. It's ridiculous. And 5 shots for us, none for them. 145 passes completed as well, almost 3 times the amount that Cardiff had in that game. We won it, we take it. We'll see how QPR got on. They won away at Ipswich there, as you can see. So probably we're still in 7th place, but still we're keeping up with the pack, and that's all we can do. So this has happened very suddenly. This literally happened in the space of about 45 seconds. I got a scout report through, which I must have initiated back when I played this game a couple of weeks ago, because there was a break in between the gameplay before the last episode. Anyway, so Zaidou Yusuf is here in the negotiation room, plays for Saint Etienne, 23 years old, 75 rated. What a player this man could be for us. 12.5 grand in the wages he wants, 120k signing bonus. I'm not even going to mess around too much with that. I'm going to accept it. He gets his appearance bonus, whatever he wants. He could be an elite player to take us forward. That is a great bit of business if you ask me. What a player we may have just got ourselves. Zaidou Yusuf from Saint Etienne can play all across the midfield. Left-footed, powerful looking centre mid. Great passing as well. Looks like he's got good technique and athleticism. And I am very, very pleased to get him for next season. Let's go. So unfortunately now at the age of 33, we are somewhat starting to see the demise, the beginning of the end for Aaron Cresswell. I'm not talking about his life. He's hopefully got a very healthy life and many years ahead of him. Don't know why I've made this morbid. But yeah, he is basically approaching that retirement age. His overall rating is starting to head down now. He is, at the moment, our most experienced defender. 33 years old, of course, had plenty of years in the Premier League with West Ham and stuff like that. So he is going to take the captain's armband, as we are currently dropping Kolosishak for Famwo. A couple of good games from Famwo. He's obviously a pacier defender, a younger defender, has a higher ceiling ahead of him than Kolosishak. So for now, because it worked in the last game or two, we are going to go with that plan. That is pretty much all we've changed. Apart from the goalkeeper as well, Kelleher comes in now for McGilvery. Maybe it's time for Kelleher to start shining for us. Very harsh. McGilvery only had one bad game, really, after an array of really great displays. But I think it is time to start looking at the future now, and I think Kelleher is that for us. Bella Kotchap, 77 rated now. Jeffcott, of course, 74 rated now. And yeah, Pepelu down here. It's so hard leaving him out of the squad with Dobson favoured ahead of him right now, but I think with Dobson's aerial presence, it's way better than Pepelu's. Pepelu's tall, he's 6'1", but he's just got awful heading and jumping stats, which is really bizarre. Look, jumping is 51 down there, and then also his heading is 51 in terms of heading accuracy. So yeah, I just love the fact that George Dobson has a little bit more about him in that regard. He's jumping 71, his heading is 64, so he can just sweep those balls up aerially a little bit better than Pepelu, and he's also a little bit nippier. I just like him. He's a solid all-round player. 5-star weak foot, 5-star skills as well. So he's got that going for him also. But yeah, Pepelu is a good player to have in the reserves. Going forward then, we do have some games coming up, guys, against Bournemouth and Blackpool. So I think we'll play one more game here against Bournemouth, and then we'll probably sim the Blackpool game. Bournemouth are a team that we need to catch, so I want to have this in my hands. Let's see what we can do against them. So what we are going to do, we are actually going to sim the game to begin with, see how Charlton are at half-time, and then jump in. If we do go a goal down super early on, I might jump in a little bit earlier, because they obviously have a very, very good squad here. You can see the lineup, those changes that we've made. Kelleher in, Famwo in, and that is all really. And Charlton take an early lead through Jeffcott. Look, that is why I didn't need to play the game. You know, they're doing it themselves. Jeffcott with another early goal. He keeps doing that, scoring in the opening minutes of the games, or at least in the first half of the games. So 1-0 to Charlton away here at Bournemouth. A really good scoreline at the moment. Could this be an equaliser though for Bournemouth? And it is. Dom Solanke, doesn't take him long to come up with a reply for Bournemouth. 8 minutes on the clock, and it is 1-1. So as you were here, chance for Bournemouth again, and they have actually taken a lead here through David Brooks, who I think is actually suffering some sort of personal issue. I think he was diagnosed with some sort of illness actually recently, so I hope he's obviously doing okay in real life. Great player actually. I remember he played in the Premier League when Bournemouth was still there, and he was one of the most promising players for them. And is it going to be a third here? It is. Kelleher having a nightmare at the moment in goal. 3-1 to Bournemouth, despite Charlton taking an early lead. It's Millwall all over again. And Solanke with a brace so far. Guys, we're going to jump in with about half an hour gone, just under half an hour, because this has gone from good to appalling very, very quickly. Now we're going to float across there, and it's just evaded Jeffcott. Here's Mepham to David Brooks down the right, into Lewis Cook. This is a Premier League quality squad if I ever saw one. A couple more additions and Bournemouth could be surviving in the Premier League, I think. Here's Mepham. And Brooks linking up the two Welsh boys. Brooks does me with a little bit of trickery, but chooses to slow it down rather than putting a cross or taking it any further. Fanwo deals with it. Throw here now for Bournemouth. Mepham to Brooks. They've been linking up so much. Oh, cooking all sorts of space here. Releases Brooks. Cross comes in. Bella Kotchap. Look at that. He has no right to do this, but he's doing it anyway. Fanwo and Bella Kotchap are the dream team at centre-back. I really am enjoying using these two together at the moment. Just pure pace at the back. And they are so physically strong and just good at reading the game as well. And here is a chance for Charlton. Cresswell, he's going to take it all the way to... Who's just scored? Jeffcott, all the way to the byline, fizzes it in for Jeffcott, who pulls one back for Charlton, and that could be a really important goal before the half-time whistle goes. That was really good work from Cresswell, kind of stubborn about it. He kept going, just remembered what the coaches taught him. 33 this man, but still playing with the excitement of a young lad. And he fizzes that cross in there, drilled cross. Jeffcott gets his body across the volley and just about beats the keeper there. 3-2 now to Bournemouth. Brownhill up the wing to Rodgers. Can't afford to concede again, boys. He's just not got there with the interception. That's Britton and Lewis Cook. Great stop by Kelleher. He's let 3 in so far, but he didn't let any more in. He didn't want to let any more in because that was a super save. Yeah, great palm to that from Kelleher and stops a fourth going in for Bournemouth. Okay, corner ball. Should be half-time very soon. And Vecino's done really well. And that is going to be it for the first half, guys. 3-2, so it's still a closely called game. Very exciting first half. And we are just slightly on the wrong end of it at the moment. So, yeah, a little bit more going forward from Charlton. And we might be able to turn this one around. Callum Britton. Good driven pass. Lecco looks to loft one over to Jeffcott, who's on a hat-trick. Good defending from Kelly. And we can't quite get there to put pressure enough on the defenders as they look to clear it. And they have got away here. And it's Dom Solanke. Scored 2 goals himself this game. It's a striker's game to be playing him right now. And Solanke finds a good pass over to Rodgers. Just poor off the ball movement from Charlton here. Really poor. Solanke's shot blocked. And Morgan gets it away for Johnny Lecco, who is going to try and switch it. Oh, that's so poor. Get him off. That was terrible. I was going for a cross-field through ball there. His passing, to be fair, is still 59. Get Giacimi on. Giacimi should be able to do more because that is embarrassing. We tried to play Kirk in there and it was just so bad. Pokes through. Dobson. Vecino. Out to Cresswell. Cross comes in. Jeffcott meets it. Forces a super save at the near post for the keeper of Bournemouth. Just a perfect cross again from that left-hand side. And a great stop from the Bournemouth keeper to keep us out for an equaliser. Kirk now over the corner. Nice and deep. Bella Kotchap can't win it. Oh, Solanke's won it. Brownhill comes forward. Uh-oh. Now Brooks. Still 3-2 to Bournemouth. We do not want the next goal to go in Bournemouth's favour. The next goal is all important here. Even a point against these would not be terrible. So one more goal for Charlton here could be really huge, especially because we're playing away as well. Now, I've just seen that Dom Solanke's gone off for, I think that's Ryan Lowe, which is really poor. I'm sure he'll be fuming with that. A really bad tackle there as well on the edge of the box. Is that a red? Because that's a red. It's a red. 10 men now. Bournemouth are going to continue the game without Lewis Cook. Yeah, that was a really bad foul. Albie Morgan won it. Just let the ball roll across his body. And Lewis Cook, poor from him, ill-disciplined, Rodgers now off and someone comes on to replace him. Potentially we could have a little strike here with the boy Aaron Cresswell. We're 25 yards out. Let's give it a go. Look at that. Is that going to go on target? Oh, not quite. It wasn't a bad effort from Cresswell, but not quite what we wanted in terms of the execution. All right, Brownhill now, the third and final substitution off the field, and on comes Billing. I believe he used to play for either Stoke or Huddersfield. I think it might have been Huddersfield. Anyway, we don't need to worry about that. It's us that needs to get the goal. We need to worry about ourselves. Here we go. Jeffcott turns his man. Remember, this is the 10-men Bournemouth now. Morgan into Jeffcott. Finds a shot. Finds an angle to shoot. And Nyland with another great save. He could end up being a hero for Bournemouth here because he's made some absolutely wonderful saves for Bournemouth. Another corner opportunity here. Do we want to take it with Kirky? No, let's take it with Cresswell. Let's fizz that in like so. Keeper's there and does beat Vecino to the ball. This keeper's having a really good game. Alright, dealt with nicely there defensively by Callum Britton. Jaisimi knocks it to Dobson and starts to run forward. Dobson overruns it. Time to make a little last-ditch substitution here. Let's take off Morgan for Texera. No, do you know what? Let's take off Vecino and keep Morgan on. Morgan's been having a good game. And then I guess we could bring on... I think that's all we're going to do, actually. Yeah, I think that's all we're going to do. Into added time, Britain. It's poor, really poor there. Really poor from Callum Britton. Just lunged at the pass. Didn't really need to. Okay, maybe a chance here. Jeffcott to release Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk in the box. One touch, two touch. He cuts inside. He plays Jeffcott in and Jeffcott scores. Come on. Last kick of the game. You love to see it. We take a point from Bournemouth. And that was the only instance that I've noticed that the 10 men, the red card for Bournemouth made a difference. What a way to end the game. And Jeffcott, what a way to get his hat-trick. Kelleher there. Loving it in goal. The fans... Potentially, we haven't taken the most rowdy bunch today because they're a bit reserved in their celebrations. However, that is an absolutely wonderful moment. Charlie Kirk with a great bit of control, composure, doesn't release too early, and plays the pass across to Jeffcott, who finishes it, scoops it in with his left foot. And the keeper, who's been fantastic for Bournemouth today, could not get to that one. And if it wasn't for the sim dicking us, as it usually does, we may have just won this game. 18 goals in 30 for Jeffcott. He is on fire. And we do make the substitution now. It's not going to make much difference. But on comes Texera for probably just a little light jog. And that is indeed correct. It is full time, guys. And we do grab the point off of Bournemouth. That could be a really important point in the long term. And yeah, 3-3 in a bit of a thriller here, to be honest with you. Jeffcott 5 attempts, 3 goals, got his hat-trick, gets the match ball and beats Solanke to it because he was on 2 goals as well before he was subbed off quite cruelly by the Bournemouth manager. Wow, there we go, a 10 out of 10 for Jeffcott. Do you know what? I dare not say it. I'm going to say it. If you watch the FIFA 21 career mode with Charlton, Kaufman, when we signed him, started off as a bit of a slow burner and eventually really grew into his own and became pretty much the world's best striker. So, I'm not saying Jeffcott's going to do that, but he's going down that path at the moment. I'm more and more impressed with him. I've been critical of him, overly critical at times, because he is the guy we're looking to for the goals. But he's coming up with them at the moment, guys, I'll tell you that much. So we lose a little bit of leeway on QPR there. They must have won their last game. And that takes us now 2 points behind them and 6 goals behind them. So whilst it was an isolated good point for us to get against Bournemouth away, I guess we are still lagging behind just a little bit. 15 games left now, sorry, 13 games left now. And it looks to be a bit of a chase job that we've got going to get into this top 6. So Elanga here has become a right winger now. A left winger from a right winger. So we know he's got both in his locker. We'll keep him as a left winger for now. I guess it doesn't really make too much of a difference whether we play him on the left or right when he's got both in his locker. We won't get any stat drops or anything like that from it. So yeah, I think we just keep him as a left winger for now. Play him on the left or right wherever we need him and continue with the inverted winger training regime. Yeah, let's do that. So we do have 2 games left in February. We are really getting to the business end of things right now, but Blackpool is our next game, guys. We're going to skip till let's just skip till before this Brentford game. Hopefully we get a win here against Blackpool, an emphatic 3-0 away win. We love to see it. And we start things off next time then with a game against recently relegated Brentford, a Premier League quality team if I ever saw one down here in the Championship. And then, yeah, literally 2 or 3 months left to go and then the season is over, guys. We should get through that in no time. I'm back, by the way, recording again. If you weren't sure why I was away for a little bit, I mean, this is now the 2nd episode since I came back. But yeah, check the community tab and my post should be fairly near the top. I haven't posted too much there lately, but we're back on the grind. All the channels of Red Vibe are up and running. We've been loving posting on the Galarian Gold at the moment as well. I'm really enjoying that, so go and check that one out. REDVIBE2 for future gaming content, and of course FOOTYPRONOUNCE, which is releasing new content in the new year. Go and check that one out if you don't know what I mean. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Love you, gang.